Danganronpa.
Yeah, sorry about setting up things. I forgot that I had to change some settings for Little Inferno, and then I was trying to do a thing, and then realized it was already 9, and like fuck. Oop. Buttons. I'm like trying to like set everything up now, last minute. Woo! I always really, really well. Okay. I also tweaked my sound settings a little bit, so that may or may not change some things for people. And I don't know if it has or has not changed things, but I'm mentioning it just in case. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm glad. Also like listening to music, so I'm pretty sure that's not playing for you guys. Thank you, Golden Deer. I'm so unorganized today. Okay. Alright. I think I have everything set up now. Which means I should turn off my music and close a little bit of my apps. Just to avoid potentially killing my computer to death. I've also changed some of my bitrate settings, etc. So I'm also potentially talking louder because I can't hear myself. Which may or may not be a problem. Your sing a song is so cheap. It's not that cheap, I don't think. But like, I would say if anything is cheap, it would probably be my price for buying emotes. It's not undercut. Well, here's the thing. You put it higher because you don't want people to have you sing. I, on the other hand, want people. So, like, I'm perfectly fine with singing. I don't know if I necessarily want people to make requests, but I'm definitely fine with singing, as long as I know the song. You only have one emote to buy. I know, but like, I'm working on it, okay? I was working on an emote, but I didn't manage to finish it before the stream, and I was also working on something else, but yeah. So, because I have not reached it, I cannot... It's part of the reason why I'm, like, super unorganized this time around, because I was actually working on trying to make an emote and a few other things, and then I realized, oh shit, it's already time for me to start streaming, so I didn't get everything done. And I'm just making do as best as I can. Yeah. Oh, right, I was gonna turn off my music. Mainly so I can hear myself. Which is generally a nice thing to do, to be able to do. Then I don't have to try to, like, talk louder than my own music. I said if I can do that, but, like, if it's K-pop, I would have to, like, I don't know if I'd necessarily be able to. I would do my best to come up with happy medium, but if it's K-pop, I probably cannot sing it At all? At all? Yeah, yeah, that's about right. I actually played the Oculus Rift recently. Or not Rift, Oculus Quest. But I was like, oh, this is actually pretty fun. I played Beat Saber for the first time, and then it was like, oh, but Facebook bought Oculus, so, yeah. No, I can't read Hangul. But yes, I actually lowered the price of my emotes specifically for Belle because I noticed Belle was doing, what is it? Buying the emote so that she could use it elsewhere. And then she was like, oh, used up all my points. Oh, I hope that sounded not okay. But yeah, it's like, oh, I used up all my points again to buy the emote. And I was like, oh, well, you know, I'll just make that emote cheaper. Just for Belle, you know? Yes, so I decided to make it cheaper for you. And I hope that helps. Oh, but yeah, as usual. And whoever else actually subscribed. Wait, fairness. Fairness is difficult. Oh well. But yes, let me know if any of like the settings are a little bit... Oop, I scrolled past everything when I was looking at the side. Let me know if anything's like wonky with the stream or anything, because I did change some of my stream settings and stuff like that. So... I wish I could subscribe to Pat. Okay, right, so we are on the investigation. And I don't remember what we're doing. Leave the gym. Head back to the, okay, garden and ask Byakuya. You know, if I didn't take notes, I really should have, because I just realized I don't really remember anything. Well, nope, that clipboard is not the one that has my stuff on it. Well, alright. Should go get some coffee. Coffee's not a bad idea necessarily if you like that. Let's see. Ah, okay. Found my notes. Alright. Now I need to go talk to Byakuya? Do people gift subs all the time? I wouldn't know. Oh, 450 point drop? Huh. I don't know how that works. I have no fucking clue. So, yeah. Alright, I was gonna look at the map. I am extra distracted today, apparently. Which is a little unfortunate. I don't know how much progress we'll be having this time, or whether I will be able to do anything without being super distracted. Okay, well, I guess that's the only place to go. Well, Bellcat gets gift subs often because she's always around. Ah, I see. But yes, oh, I was also, I was also testing, I was also testing my sound latency. I don't know if this was a thing for the previous streams whenever I sang, but like, the music would be desynced with my voice. Was that a thing? Because if it was, that's unfortunate. You can go sing Byakuya. You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Ah, wait for me. Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. But yes, if there was some desync issues, those should be fixed now. If there weren't any before, then I accidentally somehow made them happen, and then I fixed them. Kyoko's room, right. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then, click. And it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. Oh, okay, this is Kyoko's room. But yes, I have in fact made the thing sparkly. The new points are perfection. I drew it, sort of drew it myself. I made it in Photoshop. So this is Kyoko's room. Okay. There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. Thank you, Val. Yeah, I made them and I was like... I was sitting there, I was like, what should I call my custom points? And then I was like, rant bucks. Like, I don't remember. There was a bunch of random words, including rant bucks. And then I suddenly was like ADHD sparkles, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. I really like sparklies. And it's also like ADHD is constantly... I'm just ADHD as fuck. Kronos, JJ says you're a weenie. Oh. JJ says to remind you that it's your fault. And it's your fault that you're tired for D&D. Wait. What's my fault? Being tired for D&D? Sure, I'll accept that. But like, what specifically is my fault other than that? I'll accept that one. But like, okay. It's your fault Mel died. Mel? You mean your Pokemon Mel? Pathfinder character? Because Mel, I'm pretty sure, died to your bet with the DM. And you were like, if I lose this bet, then you can, like, get rid of my character, and then you lost the bet. So how does that have anything to do with me? I wasn't even present. Sure, alright, if that makes you happy, Massa. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that. But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo? Woodblock key has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. She has, a nice colored bedsheet, I guess. I think we're supposed to look at, here's her bed, I don't see anything interesting here, at least not as far as the case is concerned, okay? Alright. There seems to be something in that general direction? No? Oh, maybe that was just the door. Okay. Oh. You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular, I just thought we might find some kind of clue here, a clue that might help us understand Kyoko. You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this? Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something has certainly happened, so open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets? That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lift up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78, Student Registry. Mukuro Ikusaba. Text F. Oops, peak class... okay. Mukuro Ikusaba?
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room, along with the key. God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and... bleep. That's it. I would like a good cup of tea as well. Young, honestly. This must be the blink that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood, and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament, and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for around those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Mukuro's profile has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things, as just an ordinary person, but then... I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Group is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers, but they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it.
Oh dear. Well, at least I didn't squeak this time. Damn it. Whoa, I feel like our hero's becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you. Hmm? What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh. You found her profile? So what if we did?
Hey.
Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why, even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course.
Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey.
When you all first got together in the main hallway back then, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Let's see, first time chat viewer. The entire game is literally Kowalski analysis, but as a game. Oh. Okay. Kowalski analysis. Time to Google that. Kowalski. Oh. Oh. From the penguins in Madagascar. Oh. It's been so long since I've seen that. Or the penguins. I see. Hi Orlov, how are you? Actually, how is everyone? I'm distracted as hell. And absolutely not capable of putting together the right voices, apparently. I wonder how bad the lag is. A misunderstanding? Are you saying...
In other words...
That's right. There weren't actually 15 of you. Oh, the lag has definitely gotten worse. Seems like my new sound settings have actually messed things up a lot more. That's right. There weren't actually 15 of you.
Yes,
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. Hi, Orlov. Yep. Oh, yep. I actually said that already. I'm glad to hear you're doing fine and that the monogamy voice is okay. Ooh, this delay is quite extreme. Welp. But I don't think there's anything I can do about it at this point in time. So, damn. 16, then...
Mukuro Ikusaba,
Mukuro Iku...
the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
I put my phone, I'd like to like get the timer out and like actually see how much delay this is. Oh well, I guess if I don't have my phone. Don't think I do. I guess I'll have to give up.
The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Ah, yes. I made it like 45 minutes before stream and then tried to make the next emote thing and didn't manage to finish, so damn. But yeah. Okay, found my phone. Glad people noticed it though. And that it's relatively noticeable. Not a bad delay based on when my text shows up. I see. Maybe it's on my end that it looks pretty... It's just me, then that's fine. Watch out for her. The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of this school life. So the one making all the regulations is... Ellipses. Why? Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up in a hurricane of complaints.
Yes,
Makes sense? It's about a 5-second delay. Hurricane of complaints and hate mail. Whoops, makes sense.
well now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for all of you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kitty Kitty, so I'm gonna share a little secret with ya. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out, all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Ha 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 ha. Telling about the scars? I mean, that's Monokuma, so... Monokuma's also, like, set up this, like, killing game thing, so, you know, I just kinda... Meh. You know, like, he's already gone as far as, like, killing, probably washing people's bedrooms as they sleep and whatever, and encouraging people to kill each other. Like, what's one more crime on top of that? Like, honestly, I am... The bear can't really sink much lower, in my perspective. Sounds about right, Andarius. Yoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand. That tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars, which means... those fake nails in the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His...
Such
trap?
ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Makoto was a student here.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Makoto is the one creating the rules of the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Makoto is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Makoto is related to the case? Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Makoto is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based upon what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my
It's
mind.
all clear now.
Makoto Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Makoto, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
In other words,
Makoto giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense then to assume that Makoto isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Makoto and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely seems possible, but if that's really true, if Makoto isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
let's go.
Well, are you coming? There we go. 6. There are wooden lockers here. They use wood block keys, just like at those super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right? Or, you could have just considered, the key is labeled 6 and that's locker 6, but,
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock and... click. The locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Titanium arrows have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a water ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a blood stain?
See.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved? Bloody duct tape has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. I'm confused. Bloody duct tape? Confused, man. I'm not quite sure where this is all going with these clues. Bloody duct tape? Okay, I'm gonna note that down just in case. And the arrows, pointy sticks, they emphasize pointy sticks or something. Pointy stick, titanium arrows. I have the best notes. What's the other thing? Ah, yes. Bloody duct tape. Ellipses. Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Yakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. Huh? What next location? There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Makoto was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Research. Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Well, I'm glad he pointed us in the direction of this clue, I guess. Fenrir. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Ryukiya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to the shelf in the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with a file in hand. Byakugan. Oh. Oh, that's what you're referencing. Got it. Oh, right now I need to talk to Byakuya. Okay.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? Oh. I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. Oh, well, fun. Just the way I hate it. A 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Just a little bit. Oh, okay, dramatic picture. Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. Let's see. In France, they can, possibly. Why is Byakuya posing like that? I don't know. Drama? 1 megabit palms? Oh, oops. I think I hit a button and... Okay, there we go. Oof. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe that there was mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report says something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right, it said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? Let's see, because he's channeling his inner Neji Hyuga, sharpening his sense of superiority into a razor-like sword, when in reality he's just a worse than Oof. To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean? Yes, the tattoo on her hand. I mean, I just kind of assumed that that was okay, but I don't know why I assumed that that was related. Ding dong, bing bong.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial! So, please meet up in the usual spot.
Wait, was it bong bong? I thought it said bing bong. God, that reminded me of Up or whatever they were, not Up. That little emotion movie. Oh well, I can't remember. Ding bong ding dong. Okay, so please meet up in the usual spot. See you later. Inside Out. Yes, that one. Yes, that one. Yes, yes. That. Bing Bong. Oh. That was sad. That was the big sad. That was sad. God. Poor Bing Bong. I hated him, but then the way he went out was just... Or rather, I didn't hate him. He just kind of like annoyed me. But then after that, I was just like, oh no, not Bing Bong. Not like this. Osmosis Jones was pretty fun. But it was also kind of gross. Yeah, just a little gross. Then the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial. It would seem that way. Let's go. Ooh, there's so few people. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? Oh no. What? Are you jealous? Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself, but... I also got the big sound with Inside Out, yeah. We stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen, and then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... Or what? Jesus! Did I scare you? Well, Kyoko stole something from Monokuma and disappeared. And no one knows where she is. Monokuma hasn't found her. Yeah, no one knows where she is. So, yeah. So we don't see her right now. But yes, after Byakuya took her room key to try to force her to tell about the past that she said she had amnesia about, she just kind of disappeared. And Monokuma was looking for her and went to the people to go ask about where Kyoko went, and so on and so forth. We're like trying to see if anyone knew where Kyoko was, because Kyoko stole from him. But yeah.
Come on.
Yo, did I scare you? I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait here like that? What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
I'm here and no rule has been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko? You're still alive? No, that's a ghost! Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty, officially. But I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko! So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God. I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right. Now we've got to deal with a ghost. I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. But, Master, wait for me. Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator, but I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So...
correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So,
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
however,
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what that key you found goes to?
wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not
In
quite.
other words,
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? Kyoko's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto,
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation,
it would seem
because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. God, I want snacks. I'm hungry. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. Yeah, Kyoko is fucking off and leaving everyone else to die. Oof. Get a snack. I would, but I don't know what I could eat anyway, so... And the doors slid shut. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. I would say that Kyoko really stands out in here. Like, her bright, like, pink, purple, lavender hair compared to, like, everyone else's, like, brown and such hair is just, it stands out a lot. I have crumb cake and brownies. Damn, I want crumb cake and brownies. That sounds delicious. It would be nice, damn it. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. Every depth of my eyes? Dazzling light. Depth of... What? Dazzling penetrated every depth of my eye. Huh. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. BWWs? Looks like it hits her knees. Maybe. It was the blinding light of despair. This room feels brighter than before. Is it just me? Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh, that does sound pretty good. Damn, I want food. Food would be good. Like the crystalline gel thing and the cornea. There's at least... The room was Egyptian before. Ah! Okay, I remember the room wasn't this psychedelic. Ah, I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs have passed. Let's get on with the show! And so, the curtains opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes, definitely want to save. I don't remember much. Okay. Set skills. Did I get new skills? I don't think I did. Because I haven't really... Lock onto 2 statements at once. Effective during the bullet time battle. I guess that's maybe kind of useful. Opening handbook. Okay, so what was... I need to look over the past evidence. Let's see. Interesting. It's not very common in the West, I think. You haven't know? Let's see. Cheer knowledge. This game is really good. I'm generally without them. It does seem pretty interesting. I just wish I was faster at this game. And that I also played it more often, then I wouldn't have to be constantly like, I don't remember anything. So now I'm going to have to try to desperately figure everything out again every damn time. Because I keep doing that every damn time. It's like always like by the time the next trial comes, it's been like 2-3 weeks, and then it's like I don't remember how anything works anymore. You could always stream twice a week. Maybe, but probably not. But my other free time, you know? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. Oh, I see how the duct tape comes into play. I see. I think I see how that works. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The explosion has burnt the upper half of the body beyond recognition. The upper half of the body remained on fire and had to be extinguished. Because of this, the upper half was soaking wet, while the bottom half remained dry. And the bottom half was dry because of a tarp, I think. The body was wearing notably long fake nails. The body had a tattoo of a dog in the back of her right hand. Fragments near the dead body. There were bits of charred debris near the body. It should be noted that the bomb, which had been removed from Monokuma in the gym, had disappeared. The sprinklers are programmed to come on every morning at 7:30, and this time is impossible to change. As such, it can be assumed that if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, it would have gotten wet. I was like, looking hair? What is looking hair? 7 a.m. Makoto wakes to the morning announcement. 7:30 a.m. Makoto and Aoi arrive in the dining hall. 7:30 to 9 a.m. Makoto meets the others in the gym, and together they head to the headmaster's room. Toko is told to find the pickaxe in the garden, where she discovers the body. The knife found near the body was the same knife that was used to stab it before the explosion. It is also the same knife that Toko had given to Makoto for safekeeping, and the knife the mass assailant was holding when they attacked Makoto. The tarp was hidden among other items in the tool shed. One side was wet and filthy with mud and grime. The other side was completely clean and dry. The number of chickens in the chicken coop has decreased from 5 to 4. Yasuhiro claims that there were, without a doubt, 5 chickens just before nighttime last night, and yet... The accused stated that there was no corpse in the garden just after nighttime last night, so it can only be assumed that the murder must have taken place sometime after that. Byakuya also said that he, Yasuhiro, Toko, and Aoi were in the gym the entire night and none of them were alone at any point. The corpse had a mask covering its head and a white jacket covering the body. A knife had been thrust into the abdomen and there were bloodstains around the wound. The body had stopped bleeding, but the blood was still wet. It was noted, however, that there was no blood on the ground around the body. Mukuro Ukusaba, female. Known as the ultimate soldier. She became bin obsessed. Wait, hold on. She became bin obsessed. she became obsessed with the military from a young age. She disappeared while on vacation in Europe and reappeared in Japan 3 years later. Apparently, every member of Fenrir gets a tattoo somewhere on their body to represent their membership in the group. Yeah, just a little bit. Apparently, the killing game begins with 16 participants, all students. It is assumed that Makoto Ikusaba was the 16th student. Monokuma also revealed that the reason Kyoko wears gloves is to hide something she doesn't want anyone to see. This wood block decoration was found in Kyoko's room. It looks like it's actually the key to one of the lockers in the dojo. A set of titanium arrows was found in the dojo locker. There appear to be 10 in total. Along with the arrows, there was also a wadded up ball of duct tape in the locker. The duct tape had traces of blood on it. It is assumed that this is related to the case, but nobody can imagine how. Kyoko used Monokuma's secret tool, which grants access to any room in the school, to sneak into the second floor of the dorms. This area seems to have no monitors or security cameras. Alright. Boy.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But
Oh,
Kyoko's
dear.
standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Oh dear.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those
Oof.
gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove it, or if I can't prove why, we're going to be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to... Oh dear.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Hold on. Where are my controls? I just need to double check my controls again. Okay, aim. Okay, yep. Aim. Silencer. Okay. Fast forward argument. Open handbook menu. Fire truth bullet. Okay. Select truth bullet and concentrate. Okay, yep.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I think actually in this case,
Kyoko there is just a
the fake nails would actually be the better
Body wasn't
choice.
wearing-
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
fuck.
'Cause that
Ah,
corpse
fuck.
is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No, that's wrong. No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember?
And yes, this is a very stupid discussion in the beginning. And yes, a lot of people are dead.
I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Yeah,
Okay,
just a little bit.
so then, who's the real victim?
Oh, finally we get to the
We need
point.
Figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there.
If Kyoko really is still alive,
Then who does?
There's gotta be some way to figure
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition, and there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
Well, if we can't identify the body...
Oh, fuck. Ugh, there we go.
No, that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
I think dying a cruel and unusual death is kind of the name of the game in this,
this I
but
gotta
okay.
see.
Oh no. Hiro, stop.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Her master must have made her get it. To be like,
Oh no. Wait, hold on, we'll just keep hitting auto because...
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
Oh, Jesus.
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
And I did not know that, Kaladin. But that makes sense.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... Oh dear. Oh god.
Now I understand. The representation of Fenrir is
Yeah,
a wolf.
yeah.
Fenrir, the wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Nicola.
Damn it.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
Hold on, I'm gonna just mute myself while I try to pull out a snack.
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
I have beef jerky. I bought some slab beef jerky. Not slab. Slab. So they're like these gigantic chunks of beef jerky that are like these like sheets, I guess, of beef jerky that are like bigger than my head. And yeah. But they're like also like really, really like dried. And so it's really hard to chew through, so I actually like bought some poultry shears just to cut through the beef jerky and cut it into small pieces so that I can eat it. But yeah. It's pretty good. I think I prefer, in general, for snacking, beef jerky that's softer, but this works. This'll do. And also I don't have to worry about it going bad because it's so dry. And very, very tough. She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
When there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Damn it, my mouth was full. Damn it. Why does all the reading have to happen now? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot right now. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m., and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay then, it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, and I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time, I don't have an alibi.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Oh, maybe it's the sprinklers.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most.
Yeah, from to 7:30.
That's more than enough time.
Okay, okay, so I see which one I need to hit. I think it's the first one.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
No, that's wrong. Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was
Oh,
wet?
Jesus.
How dare you spew such indecent words?
Jesus.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler?
What?
Trying to deny my entire existence?
Jesus. This girl.
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Togo with certain evidence, and that should do it. Oh god, is it the tempo shit? Oh, please don't let it be the tempo. Ah, fuck! Alright, controls. Knock on. Reload. Okay. Oh, and I have to select a truth bullet. Otherwise I have to repeat it again. Fuck! Oh, fuck. Oh no.
I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me?
Oh, fuck.
Nothing.
Wait, I don't remember the controls. Oh, I'm doing it wrong.
No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing.
Oh, fuck.
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
Fuck.
I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. How can you say it?
This should prove it.
I hope that was the right one. I mean, it looks like the animation tells me that's probably the right one, but
Just remember
I
what
hate
the
it.
body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers.
I hate this. This game hates me as well. I can tell. I know this. It likes to do this stupid tempo game and destroy me. Just remember what the body was like after the explosion. You'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers.
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry.
It was like, why the fuck did you have to add in the bit about the damn, What's it? Choosing the truth bullet.
If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry?
What?
What a brutal maniac!
What?
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because... while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Yeah.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Yep. Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Makoto's killer is. No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone?
I'd
That's...
just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation
Damn it.
is
Dragging me back in the water. But I also have an idea of what she's going to
The
use.
sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
Because I noticed this earlier as well, so...
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
The tarp.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
A certain something at the scene was used to cover the body? Could it have been...
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
We can in fact kill Makoto on purpose, yes.
You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used
Good night,
the tarp
quintuple.
to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Ellipses, why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Oh dear.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
No, that's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Yakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
And then they would have washed both sides, damn it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
They got the blood from right there in the garden, right? Which must mean the chickens.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
Poor hen.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Of course.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it.
But was it really their clothing? Their arms weren't even in the holes.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
Mm-hmm.
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Wait, really?
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
Hmm?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Mm-mm.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere
Fuck.
before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh? Me? Oh man, this looks more and more like a setup.
Gave to Makoto?
Kyoko trying to constantly push the blame onto Makoto, and then also being the one to suggest that Makoto has the knife, but I don't know.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it.
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Oh, if it's the stabbing, then the body analysis. I used that knife to kill Makoto? No, there's no way.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did...
Wait, hold on. Found body before the explosion.
Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
Body before the explosion. Oh, so that didn't work. Yes.
Shoot!
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife, that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
Hold on. Oh. This is probably disguised.
You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Yeah, it's probably the disguised dead body then.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife, that automatic?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
No, it's wrong.
Yeah, yep, that's why I think I said that previously, that it makes sense to blame Makoto. So, that, like, this time, if, like, he dies this way, and, like, it's because, like, and I screw up, and then Makoto gets blamed, I won't be angry about it, because this one actually makes sense. It has an excuse, it has an explanation, it's logical, like, I can see how someone could come to that conclusion. So... But wait, hold on, the stab wound isn't what killed Makoto. That should be clear from the description.
Of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Then the knife...
was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. the explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but... what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous
Oh, God.
combustion.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Jesus.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. Ah, no.
Then shall we...
Hold on, let me just double check. Struck in the head with an object. Okay, yeah, okay.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be...
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Oh shit.
Well, yeah, she was...
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right?
Oh my god.
There's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to them, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Oh, no, wait, hold on, wrong button. Fuck.
Shoot!
Then shall we continue? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me because of the knife. And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her
What?
entire body.
Why is it constantly making it?
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The
Oh my god.
explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only...
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds
Oh
across
my
her
God.
entire body. Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only...
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then shall we continue? The victim's
Fatal injury has yet to be determined.
That's not quite a contradiction, but okay.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
How
No.
is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and
That
hit her with the
seems
handle.
very difficult to do.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Oh dear.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
True.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours.
Oh,
throw it on the
Jesus.
ground and spit on it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Jesus.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
He's going to tell Makoto to tell us, isn't he?
We already know?
Fuck.
I knew we could count on you, Master.
Jesus.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell
Yeah,
me.
fuck, I knew it, you
Deduce
dick.
The real murder weapon?
The real murder weapon.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what
Yeah,
killed her.
I don't know. This guy is just constantly like, Makoto, you tell him. Makoto, you tell him. It's like, did you actually know anything about what's going on? Or are you just being like, I pretend that I know and then I tell Makoto to tell everything? God, this reminds me of like, what was it? The Expert, The Professional, whatever that skit was. The Expert, I think it was. Yeah, The Expert, Red Lines. Yeah. Yep, that's what that reminds me of. This one, the one that's like the expert or red lines, and they're like, oh, this is our person who will explain this thing, and or like this is the person who's like in charge of this thing. Oh, I'm the person in charge of this thing. This is the guy who manages the person who does the work. Oh, I'm the manager. Here's the person who does the work. You explain. Jesus. Yeah. Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something and that's what killed her.
And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
And blow up the red balloon in the shape of a kitty.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk
Surely has
Master?
something to do with your work because your work has something to do with lines and it's red.
Anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it because there's one more thing about that weapon. Sure, I can do it. One more secret. I can do anything. I'm an expert.
The titanium arrow.
It was in the dojo.
I have no doubt that was the murder
Are
weapon.
you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Because in the Monokuma fight, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
No, that's wrong. You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks.
God, it's
One
weird to
stick
see
is
her
weak,
being literary.
Put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it? You even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
Oh good, he's not about to tell.
Into the dojo.
I thought for a second he was going to be like, as for the person who did it, Makoto, you tell them. And I was like, oh Jesus.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Actually, when the new areas opened up, did she have access to her room? Wait, yes she did, technically, with the key.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Jesus.
Then show us. Show everyone.
Why don't you fucking tell instead of having to say all these damn lines? Listen, this is more talking than you need to make. I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo?
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is... right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just... there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue. Would that be when... which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Ryuku should know better than anyone? What does that mean? I don't know either. I'm confused. Oh! Byakuya's account? Hold on. Hold on, let me check this. Nope, that shouldn't be it. When the body was found. When the body was found. When the body was found. I assume it's the woodblock key. I assume it was the woodblock key, is what...
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than any—
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Oh, because he's holding the key, and so that must have shown up
Hide something from me.
afterwards?
Proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo and then left the locker key in my own room. Correct?
But could I really have done that?
So it has to do with the fact that he has the key, and he took the key from Kyoko. Because he took the... Yeah, I don't know. But why him? Because he took
Those
the
words
key,
you just
right?
spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
His account, though, is not talking about the fact that he has the key.
You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from—
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier.
I don't think this is right.
I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key.
Locker key in her own room. Let's see. I know what I'm supposed to try to point out. I just don't understand how I'm supposed to explain it. I'm not sure which is the right answer to get what I'm trying to say. Ah! Account. Byakuya had her key, so she couldn't go into her room. So is that when the body was found? No. When the body was killed?
But
Fuck.
could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly.
I'm not the killer. You should understand that more.
Byakuya,
Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're...
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime and then left the locker key in my own room. Correct?
But could I really have done that?
Those words you just...
Exactly.
I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than any—
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
This? Okay. Phew! I mean, that's not wrong, but
I'm
yeah,
right.
there's proof.
Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie, but this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened because she's the killer, or is it something else? But there's some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier. You vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. The Mastermind's trap. The Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The Mastermind's trap? The victim was Makoto and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if the risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do? I have to decide right here and now whether to expose Kyoko's lie. I made my decision. I have to bring in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the Mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya
You!
But of course I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys
Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I should have pursued it. Because in that way, I could point out that the Mastermind can also do
put
it.
the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of.
It's gonna be Makoto, isn't it?
Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What? It had to be Makoto.
Ugh, fuck.
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second.
I-
You got it all wrong.
What?
Let's think about it one more time.
Huh?
First of all, there's Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead.
Yep, should have pursued it.
To a trial.
Mistakes made.
And Kyoko even said,
Like, it really implied that Kyoko was saying that we need to resolve the mystery, so I need to pursue the lie, but then...
Okay.
Fuck. Well, mistake made.
Time's up.
Fuck.
All over. Everyone
But I was like, but trust Kyoko. But, you know.
So then,
Oop,
it's
fuck,
time
wrong button.
for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you. Voting time.
Jesus.
Now, hey, hold on. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Fuck. I've messed up. I just want to skip all of this and try again. Jesus. Damn it. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man. Yes, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it. Good job, everyone. Good job? Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense. It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm going to end it the same way. It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. But wait, why do I... Kyoko.
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Oh. Oh, so this is a bad end. Makoto does a die. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, but at least I get to see this. This is worth it. Well, not really worth it, but at least I get to see this. Like, I don't know how else I would have, like, seen this scene if I didn't fuck it up. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. But at the same time, damn it. What? What? I'm so confused. Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that? Yeah, it had to be. Alter ego? Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell. I don't believe this. It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch. An itch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never going to see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. I am very confused. I didn't expect that. I'm actually kind of... Did I make the right choice? I think I may have actually made the right choice. This is kind of a twist. I don't know how I feel about this. It's kind of interesting, though. I know, like, I thought I knew what was going to happen. I was like, fuck, I fucked it up. And now I'm like, wait, did I actually do the right thing? Was this the right choice? I'm so curious. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still going to bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. I can't do this laughter too much. Fuck that. There's too many poo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoos. Jesus. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
so
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. 1. You have to already be attending high school. 2. You have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students. I'm confused. Was me. Ellipses. Okay. What? I'm confused. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here now? Or just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Gah. Oh, okay. I'm confused. Finally, I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern, with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. That's a rocket and a tank. I'd better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Okay. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? I assume I can't actually turn the screen much more. Guess not, right? Rattle, rattle. It's locked. Rattle, rattle. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food. Oh dear. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched up for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides, but that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. Makes sense, honestly. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. Like, it makes sense, okay? Like, if you can't find food, you can't find water, the best thing to do is save your energy. And you can't leave either, so it's like, really no other choice. At least if he's sleeping, he's saving his energy. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. Oh, well, I guess they point that out too. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep, and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. Go crunch. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she had even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Honestly, I would have... Oh, man. This place smells awful. I thought for sure that they would have been like, in order to make sure he would be okay, they would like hide and like package up some food and like water and drinks and stuff like that and toss those down in the garbage, like double bagged or something like that. And like near the top, so that he would have food and water to survive for some period of time. But instead they threw a person down here. I mean, if Kyoko still has her key thingy with her, then it works. I guess. Does she still have the tool to unlock every door? Because then she can let us out, but, Jesus. This place smells awful. Okay, Kyoko.
Indeed.
Jesus, her hair, I can't get over this cup noodle up on her head. I can't get past that. You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. Oh, you need is Kyoko. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. More than a bit. She's just so serious like this. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. See, I would have, like, stuffed, like, I would have packaged several things of food and just tossed that down and be like, you know? But I guess we can toss a person down with it? I guess? What? I'm confused. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Okay. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but... there was a reason I had to survive, no matter the cost. I'm sorry.
It's true.
Why did you need to survive? I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. And also, I'm sorry, and whoops, I forgot that, whoops. The reason I have to survive...
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least, I did. Once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? Actually, how would they do that either? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because my purpose and my ability. Somehow, they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean, somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if you say it's true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked together as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there is always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind? One of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. Monokuma can summon spikes out of nothing. He can probably do mindfuckery. Probably true. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because, among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Good. It's just like the dream I had before, but Why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah. It's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I can understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own, so how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective?
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. She just left you to die. How can you trust her? I don't know, man. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? And that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
no matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen and when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean, the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Makuto's profile and that key. The map showed the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there?
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. I was so preoccupied with investigating that room, it was unforgivably careless of me. Okay, need to go poke into those questions. It has to do with Makoto Ikasaba, doesn't it? Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her, and I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Makoto Ikasaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Makoto Ikasaba. What's that? There was a point where Makoto may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... during the night? I can hear them, you know? The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the Master Silent was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And the murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all had to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. If all that is really true, then I was right not to expose Kyoko's lie. I'm glad I put my faith in her.
Correct.
So this would all mean, all this would mean that whoever killed Makoto is also the mastermind, right? I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you, because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction, and it's not just Makoto. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. She probably, like, fucking drop-kicked... Okay, maybe not. But, like, I like to imagine she just ran in and just jump-kicked, like, the Master Silent right in the head. That's just how I want to imagine it, honestly. Just jump-kicked him. Elbow drop from the heavens. I don't know, maybe I can imagine it as like a fucking luchador, like, wrestling match. Just, like, picked up the headmaster and just threw her across the room. Or, not headmaster, the mastermind, and just threw her across the room. But yeah, no, I have no idea, honestly, but how, like, I have no idea. There's a lot of various ways you probably could theoretically do it, especially in a fantasy fictional story setting. But yeah, I have no clue. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Makoto was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead, but I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. God, this name is so long. Something tells me fighting El Luchador in a wrestling match might have not been a good idea. Maybe. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair. That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're... Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. 100-mile dash. Pain of a junk food junkie. Well, we've made it to the end of chapter 5. Surprisingly. And all the students are still alive. To be continued. Oh, but now I'm like really curious. Yes, we are going to save. And then I'm going to continue a little longer, because I'm curious. The Ultimate Despair, a group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game, and began broadcasting it around the world. Around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Yoko, do you still have that one thing, Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Then we should be able to use it on the door, right? Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, click. Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free, but there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Oh. I don't know this song. I need to look this up. Why? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I have only seen a thumbnail of the music video and I'm already like, oh no. I mean, I'm pretty sure in the description of this reward, I believe I've actually put that, like, I will attempt to, let's see. I don't know if you can see the entire description. But yes, I did put a description for it, and yeah, okay, right. You can request a song or a theme, and if I know an appropriate song, I'll sing it with or without background music. If I don't know it, I'll pick another song and confirm if you're fine with it. Yeah. Or I can attempt to try to learn it. I think I forgot to put that down. I can attempt to try to learn it and sing it later. But, yeah, let's see. What a complicated song, to be fair. Okay, but I need to listen to it first. I'm not gonna watch the music video. Let's not do the music video. That seems like a bad choice. Jesus. I'm listening to the song. I mean, I can attempt to sing it with no practice and hope to God it's not awful, but I can make that attempt. Is that what you want to use? Is that how you want those points used? For me to attempt it without practice? Wait, and do it on Discord so it can't be clipped. I want those points used for evil, so yes. No. Wait, okay, wait. It must be clipped. Oh, okay, I see. So let me finish listening to the song. It's about 4 minutes. Let me just see if there's any thing that I can see. Oh dear. Oh, this is gonna be awful. Because I have no idea how the song goes. I've never heard this song before. Oh, this is gonna be awful. Oh no. I may have made a mistake. I think I understand what Caledon means now. Okay. I'm gonna give an attempt. I haven't heard the entire thing, but I think I have the gist of it. I'm not gonna do the spoken part at the beginning. I'm not gonna put this music either, because that will get me, like, blocked on YouTube or something. Yeah. Ooh, that dress so scandalous, and you know another nigga couldn't handle it. See you shaking that thing like who da ish, with a look in your eyes so devilish, so. Wait. Oh, lost lyrics. Urban likes the pop, cause you live in the Boda Loca. Jumps like a truck, truck, truck. Thighs like a what? What? Baby, move your butt, butt. I think I'm singing like that. She had dumps like a truck, truck, truck. Thighs like a what? All night long. Let me see that thong. Dun. Baby, make your booty go dunna. Girl, I know no. Dong. I like it when the beat goes dunna. Baby, make your booty go dunna. Girl, I know you wanna show me dong. The girl so scandalous. And I know another nigga couldn't handle it. And she's shaking that thing like who's the ish, with a look in her eyes so devilish. She likes to dance at the hip hop spots, and she cruise to the cruise like connect the dots. Not urban like she likes the pop. She's living the fuck loca. It's like truck. Thighs like what? Baby, move your butt. I like to sing it again. She had dumps like a truck. Thighs like what? All night long, let me see that thong. Baby, make your booty go dunna. Girl, I know you're dunna. Thong. I like it when the beat goes dunna. Baby, make your booty go dunna. Girl, I know you wanna show dunna. Oh wait, okay, the chorus goes twice. Okay. No. Thong. I like it when the beat goes dunna. Baby, make your booty go dunna. Girl, I know you wanna show the thong. You're so scandalous. And I swear another nigga couldn't handle it. See, shaking that thing like who's the ish, with a look in her eyes so devilish. You like to dance at all the hip hop spots, and you cruise the cruise like connect the dots. Not an urban yet, like the pop, cause she's living the vida loca. Tops like a truck. Thighs like a what? Baby, move your butt. Ooh, things in again. Dumps like a truck. Thighs like what? Baby, move your butt. Sing it again. Oh no. How long does this go? Oh no. Okay, there's still another minute. But I don't know exactly where this is. Haha. Oh, the lyrics cut out there. Oh no. I need better lyrics. These ones like keep disappearing, and then they keep referencing this other part that I have to scroll back up to find, and I'm like, no. Booty go dunna. Girl, I know I shouldn't have done that. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need better lyrics because it keeps cutting out, and I'm like, wait, I have to keep scrolling back up to try to find the part that is like the lyrics, and it's like, it's not working. By making those disappear. Sing a song. Anything else to cleanse my ears. Alright, let's see. I'm going to say that song is basically done because it's just the chorus on repeat, and I've honestly lost track of where it is in the song. Uzoe and Young claimed a song. He did. Okay, so another song. How about Halsey? Without Me? Because I was listening to that in the car earlier today. So maybe we can try that one. You're welcome, Young. Yeah, okay. Well, you're welcome, Young. I may or may not regret this, but okay. Whatever, it's done. It happened. I'm potentially gonna get in trouble for saying the N-word, aren't I? Fuck. Ah, damn it. Alright, whatever. Found you when your heart was broke. I filled your cup until it overflowed. Took it so far to keep you close. I was afraid to leave you on your own. I said I'd catch you if you fall. And if they laugh, then fuck them all. And then I got you off your knees, put you right back on your feet, just so you could take advantage of me. Tell me how's it feel, sitting up there, feeling so high, but too far away to hold me. You know I'm the one who'll put you up there. Name in the sky, does it ever get lonely? without me. This is Without Me by Halsey. Without me, baby, I'm the one who put you up there. I don't know why. My voice is like, bleh. Gave love but 100 tries. Just running from the demons in your mind. Then I took yours and made them mine. I should not have eaten sugar. I said I'd catch you if you fall. And if they left, fuck them all. And then I got you off your knees, put you right back on your feet, just so you could take advantage of me. And tell me how's it feel, sitting up there, feeling so high, but too far away to hold me. You know I'm the one who put you up there. Name in the sky, does it ever get lonely? Thinking you can live without me, thinking you can live without me. Baby, I'm the one who put you up there. I don't know why, yeah. Thinking you can live without me, live without me. Baby, I'm the one who put you up there. I don't know why. You don't have to say what you did, I already know. I had to go and find out from them. So tell me how's it feel, oh, tell me how's it feel, sitting up there, feeling so high, but too far away to hold me. You know I'm the one who put you up there. Name in the sky, does it ever get lonely? Thinking you can live without me, thinking you can live without me. Baby, I'm the one who put you up there. I don't know why. Bleh. Okay. Damn. If I had known I was going to sing ahead of time, I would not have had sugar, because that basically messes up the singing voice for like a good 30 minutes, and I was just eating sugar like right before this. Thank you. I'm glad you didn't hate it, Belle. Because it was like, oh no, these notes are nowhere like what they were like a few hours ago in the car. But yes. Thanks, Belle. And also I got to pick like a song that I enjoy, even though I didn't sing it that well. But yes. And hi, Kaladin. Yes, you did in fact miss a song. But I don't know how much of it you missed, but at least a bit of it. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. Darth yelling. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. Very nice use of shading. And also a good thing that Makoto is the one up top. Just saying. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Of course, that's the angle the game uses. Yeah, also the thing is, though, is that they fell so far, how did they not die? How did they not die on their way down? I have no clue, Andorius. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Whoopsies. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So, Kyoka, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family has always seen it that way. This reminds me of FF7. Stairs for days. Yeah. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't even heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. I'm more amazed at the carefully shaded panty shot. I see. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up... before I came here when was looking. Right. When I came here... before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose, to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true kitty detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kitagiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name, so every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. I'm just going to assume she's wearing, like, the gym short thingies. Bloomers? So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
Russian shorts. Maybe. But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me, even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family, in order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul?
Hey.
No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear something like that, I didn't know how to respond, so instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence, and after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. How did they not die falling down the garbage chute? I'm just wondering. It's locked, isn't it? Oh, I know where this is. Fuck. Looks like this is it. On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember the hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Yep, I thought it was here. It was a super fun slide, in fact. It had 6 zigzags. I see. Looks like we're back, but I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. This is how we got out of the garbage pit. I never would have imagined that's where this led. Where is the camera? I don't want it to spot us. Oh, but it's facing the wrong way. Surveillance camera is the mastermind watching us even now. But it's facing the wrong way! Okay. So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might... You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Let's just get a concrete answer, huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. But wait, that's...
However,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared? You said something like that before. What does it mean?
So,
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was? If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Alright. Actually, I can just use the map. Why am I walking like an idiot? I can just use the map. This is so much faster.
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
Pung, pung.
You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing.
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now, I gotta punish you again. And this time, I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko! Do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose?
Hey.
You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
In response to that unexpected development,
indeed,
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
however,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makuto. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well.
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this? A comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth.
Pung, pung.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence? But
Indeed.
he was super afraid, yes he was. It's not you I'm trying to convince.
hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would become extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can just say we're making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have
then
to
I
do.
suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makoto's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school's regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one
It's-
last showdown.
Oh.
One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial? One last showdown? In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makoto's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'd probably just execute me without another word. Ellipses, ellipses. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little, so time for bear jokes. Now, what you've suggested might be possible. It would have certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory? Oh no.
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. You agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can
then
barely
that'll be enough to
contain
qualify
myself.
as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Makoto's death and solve the mysteries of the school, then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to
When
me.
we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Makoto is no exception to that. Huh? Makoto's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Makoto... It's a really polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Ellipses, ellipses? Why'd he go quiet all of a sudden? Ellipses. I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. And you to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment, overflowing with despair. and then more maniacal laughter that I'm not doing.
Hey.
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. More laughter. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal, but honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So...
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
Because...
It's all because of that one moment the mastermind let their guard down, like I said. So when was it the mastermind let their guard down?
So...
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However...
And yet somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
In other words...
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. The reason?
So...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
It would seem...
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words...
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey.
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
That's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words...
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter. At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
Indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words...
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
However...
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue. In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least. I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time, or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win. Before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Okay, good night, Andarius. Huh?
anyway,
Right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
Thanks, Andarius. Have a good night and rest well. They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? Leave the area? Yes. Does it say where they are? No. I'm going to just assume somewhere in this hallway then. Or maybe the kitchen? What time is it? It's nighttime. Hold on, let me just double check. Oop, wrong button. Oh, maybe I need to talk to Kyoko. That would make sense. Oh god. Okay, where is Kyoko? Okay, it says she's in the main hallway, so she's okay. Somewhere down this way. Maybe? Down this way? No? Wait, I'm confused. Alright, hold on. Let me just double check and make sure that there's no other place. It looks like there's no other place. Alright. Okay. Huh. Alright. So I guess, where's Byakuya's door? Yeah, this is his name, right? Yeah, I think that's his name. We'll just knock that guy's door, I guess. This is Byakuya's room. Is he inside? Knock, 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 knock.
Hey.
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Okay, well, I guess the dining hall is actually probably the best place to look. I guess. No? Oh. And suddenly we were greeted with... Scrug blah fizzle. You again? Is that... 103.2.1255. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. I don't know. Gibberish. Insert gibberish here. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah.
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away. Shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Oof.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Makoto's trial. What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. But then, who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Makoto?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it.
However-
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just, you know.
However,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial, when you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again, later. So, knowing all of this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Makoto, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone? Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with my master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. I don't blame you, Byakuya. Being stuck with the crazy stalker is a little bit much. Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Makoto and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now, so if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyways, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So in other
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Makoto, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Makoto, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
In other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the beginning. Add in Makoto and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
that's right.
And one of those 16 people we start out with. The only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Well, wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might just have said that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're the ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. We can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But do you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret. I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right.
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all this back and forth discussions with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Hmm?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning
In
anyways.
the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Gah, master. He didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream, without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Ha 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 ha. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know. But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been there, I would have died. Makoto, that's really nice of you to say, but still. I know I've mostly been totally useless, so I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go head off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground, and then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth, by any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. Alright, well, this is the investigation phase, and I do not want to forget everything, so I will save this for the next stream. Oh, I guess I'll start by taking another look at Makoto's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Makoto Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. I should write that list before I forget. Okay. Headmaster's room. Biolab with a door marked raw. I have not forgotten that. Data center. Monokuma door. Alright. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? Dorms. After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Garden and the dojo. And dojo. Okay. Okay, time to get started. Places to check has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh, well that's useful. Anyways, this is a good time to save and stop. Yeah. Because, I don't want to forget everything for the investigation. I will probably, I think Andarius, or someone said, I will probably be able to finish this game if I was willing to push through, but I do have to get up in the morning, so I'm not going to push through in the middle of the night. But, next stream, I guess I may be wrapping up Danganronpa. Alright, see you next week, and good night, everyone. Hope you guys have a good day or good night wherever you are. And yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Rest well.